Hi, everyone, and welcome to my second story. This is all going to be about the cempasúchil flower or the marigold flower, how it came to be, and why we use it as the flower for the celebration of the Day of the Dead. So let's go ahead and let's start. So long ago, in ancient Mexico, was a tiny village located right next to the Pyramid of the Sun. And in that village were was one boy and one girl. Her name was Xochi, and his name was Huitzilin. Xochi and Huitzilin were best friends, and they spent every day playing together. They would climb up to the highest ridge of the mountain top in their village, and they would sit and play all day underneath the rays of the sun or underneath the watchful eye of Tonatiuh, the sun god. As they grew older, Xochi and Huitzilin's love grew into something more, and they realized that they were in love with each other. In their love, they decided that they would marry. Xochi and Huitzilin were meant to be, but unfortunately, fate had other plans for them. You see, Huitzilin was the strongest warrior in the village, so when war broke out, it was his duty to leave with Xochi and to fight for his village. Xochi was devastated, but she understood Huitzilin's responsibilities, and she decided that she would wait patiently for him. Xochi waited and waited, and when the villagers came back from war, she saw that Huitzilin was not one of the survivors. In her grief, Xochi decided to climb up to the highest mountain top where they played as a child. And in her grief, she walked up to the edge and she decided that she could no longer live a life without Huitzilin in it. Tonatiuh, who was above and watching her, saw her grief. He saw how devastated Xochi was, and since he had seen them grown up as a child, he was devastated as well too. So Tonatiuh decided to send Xochi a sign. As Xochi closed her eyes and walked up to the edge, ready to throw herself off the ridge, she heard a buzzing noise. She opened her eyes and she saw that there was a hummingbird flipping and flitting all around her. As she looked at the hummingbird, she saw it had a proud red chest, and she also saw that on the ground beneath her were beautiful flowers that had red and orange tips, as if they had been touched by the sun, which they were, because Tonatiuh had sent Xochi two signs. One of them was the cempasúchil flower, the marigold, and the other was Huitzin's spirit reincarnated as a hummingbird. As Xochi picked up one of the flowers, she recognized Huitzilin's spirit in the hummingbird, and she saw how he kissed each flower. Xochi then decided that she was going to live, and that the marigold would serve as a reminder of her and Huitzilin's eternal love. This is why hummingbirds kiss flowers, and this is why we use the marigold as a symbol of love, even though those we love have now passed on. So I hope you enjoyed the story. Day of the Dead has been one of my favorite holidays, and it is also, this particular story is one of my favorite out of the Mexican folk tales. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.